I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you are the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't even matter whether you like me or my YouTube channel. I still greet all you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. First, I want to say, most people know me. I don't really celebrate holidays, and but I honor people that do. And I know a lot of females and a lot of males. They celebrate Mother's Day a certain time of the year in May every year. And I want to just say that I wish all the mothers worldwide a happy, blessed Mother's Day. To those that has passed away, may they rest in peace. Thank y'all for your services. I also like to say to all the mothers out there, watch your children's. In Chicago, it's become a norm where people is getting killed every single day on the highway and all other places. So guard your children's. Watch yourselves. It's sad to say you can't go to churches, you can't go to stores, you can't even drive on the highway. The highways seem to be real dangerous. But I want to say with me, myself, I honor mothers 365 days a year, 366 every leap year. That's me. I honor mothers. I believe mothers are special people. God, when he created Adam, he seen Adam lonely. So according to the Bible, he put Adam to sleep. And he created woman, and he created woman for a reason. And some women, they go 9 months. Some, one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, I believe her mother went 7 months, but a normal pregnancy normally go 9 months. And I have to honor a woman because I'm a man. I don't even think I can go 9 months being overweighted. My doctor talk about I'm overweighted now. But it's a few things that I want to talk to y'all about today, and I'm hoping people paying attention. Today I heard, I watch current events, and I keep up with current events. I can't keep up with everything. Sometimes people notify me when certain things happen. But some of y'all may know about what happened to me and my family that we found out that happened March the 19th, 2021 in Carbondale, Illinois. My only son, 45-year-old Brian Lamont Johns, was found hung on the third floor in a apartment building in the 400 block of Oakland Street in Carbondale, Illinois. That was March the 19th of 2021. As of today, May the 8th of 2021, I contacted the newspaper in March. I contacted them in April. I just contacted them again here in May. That's March, April, May of 2021. And it's yet not to be in the paper. The police, the Carbondale police, some of them told me the reason why it wasn't in the paper in the beginning because they wanted to find the next of kin. They not only found the next of kin, me and my two youngest daughters down here in Charleston, Missouri, and my son's mother and one of her sons. Hey, how you doing now? One of my sons, my son's mother's, one of her other sons. We met down in Carbondale with the commanding lieutenant of the Carbondale Police Department, as well as the coroner, who tried to tell us my son has committed suicide. And the coroner said even no matter what the results came out on his toxicology test, if it was drugs in his system, which we probably knew it was, he would say his death was self-inflicted due to drugs. He said if it wasn't any drugs in his system, it would be self-inflicted because of some mental illness. But what I was going to say is, why haven't it still hit the newspaper now? You know, when people's bodies be found in the woods, they'll put it on the news or in the newspaper and it'll say a black male, white male, Spanish male, Indian male, female, whatever has been found, a body been found, and we trying to locate the family of this particular person. But yet, as of today, my son's, it still ain't been in the newspaper. The only reason my son's death is being really notified or being heard of worldwide is because of my YouTube channel. Thousands of people have watched it now, and thousands of people in Carbondale, Illinois is wondering why it still haven't hit the news. But yet, today, I checked the CNN news, the Southern Illinois news around the world. They got in the news that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama dog Bo has died. Now, I sympathize with animals dying because I love animals. I had a dog, a Chow Chow, black Chow Chow mixed with German Shepherd, and the dog died. But here it is, my son, a human being, a 45-year-old black man. I don't care if he was on drugs. I don't care if he's been in the penitentiary 100 times. Why haven't his name been in the newspaper, but you got Bo dying after being 12 years old? The dog, you had a big article. They got big articles, y'all, in the newspaper, on the news. One whole big old article, Michelle talking about Bo, and then another one separately with Obama. I mean, you know, I sympathize with dogs dying, but kids and grown-ups and elder people is dying every day, but we can't get that type of attention. But this is the United States, y'all. And I'm going to show y'all something when I say the United States. Now, the United States on your currency, if you look on your currency, look real good. See, some people say I'm a radical. I'm not a radical. They feel when Martin Luther King, they felt when Martin Luther King allowed them to shoot them with the water hoses, beat them with billy clubs. You see what I'm saying? And put the dogs on them. That's what they want us to do. When I say they, whoever the shoe fit, wear it. But let me tell you something Martin Luther King said in his speech. You know, they always talking about singing, oh, we shall overcome. Every time you get somebody, kill somebody in black, we shall overcome someday. You know, that's what they want us to sing instead of protest. And sometimes they want us to keep our mouth shut. See, a closed mouth can't be fed, and a silent voice can't be heard. But let me show y'all something. Now, in this country, on the currency, it says what? In God we what? In God we trust. Now, see, I read the Bible. I read the Quran. I done read the Torah. The Torah is for the Jews. The Quran is for the Muslims. The Bible is for the Christians. Now, in those books, when I read, you know, if we're talking about God now, in what God do anybody know that God said it's okay for a man to marry a man and a woman to marry a woman? I'm finna get some enemies. I got plenty of them already. But you see, the Bible tells us to be fruitful and multiply. How you gonna be fruitful and multiply when he with Stephen and Bob, or Mary and Carrie? How you gonna multiply? But I'm gonna leave that alone. But that's the country we living in now. They said the forefathers found this country. In God we trust. We know good and well they don't trust in the God in the Bible, because if they did, your black president on this second term, you know what I mean? He supported, this, well, y'all know what he supported, to get reelected. You see, if it took me to get reelected or elected on the first time to vote for something or speak up for something that I don't believe in, then I won't become president. That's just me. You see what I'm saying? People here in Charles, Missouri ask me how much would it cost them for me to shut my mouth. I told them it ain't gonna cost them nothing, because I ain't gonna shut it until God tell me to shut it. But I want to show y'all something else now. Now, my dad went to World War II now. Listen to this real good now. We already see one thing. We know that the United States don't trust in the God from the Bible, nor the Quran, nor the Torah. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't believe in what these people in this country believe now. Now, let's look at something else. Now, why is it when my dad was drafted in the army to fight against Adolf Hitler, one of the most racist white people on the face of this earth? Tell me this here. When my dad left from Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, he was drafted out of high school. There was a school called Lincoln School. Right now it's located at 700 Elm Street or 700 Cy Williams Street here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. It's called the C.F. Bowen Center right now. I call it the headquarters for the sellout blacks here in Charleston, Missouri. Some people ain't gonna like that. I don't care if you don't like it or not. That's what they is. They sellout blacks. NAACP. You see what I'm saying? And any of the other people up there running them government grant programs, they are sellout blacks, because all you have to do is come to the west side of Charleston, Missouri, and see what's going on here. But I'm gonna leave that alone right now. But my daddy was drafted out of there, and guess what school? What was going on with that particular school? I'm going to tell you what was going on with that particular school. It's a school here in Charleston, Missouri now called the Charleston R1 School District. Back in the day, it was the Charleston Consolidated School number 7. Google this up. Davis, the last name, the common spelling, Davis versus the Charleston, Missouri Board of Education, or the Charleston, Missouri Consolidated School number 7. Google that up. When you Google it up, you will see they had to fight. Blacks had to fight to be able to go to the school, the Charleston Consolidated School number 7. See, some black people don't want to tell you about that. They want to tell you to sing "We Shall Overcome." Had Rosa Parks sing "We Shall Overcome" when they wanted her to get up. And after she done paid her fare on that bus, you see what I'm saying? Get up for a white person to sit down. We'd have still been singing "We Shall Overcome." But let me tell you this here. When my daddy was drafted, he told us the story. On his dying bed, he told us the story. He was drafted from a city, a state, you see what I'm saying? In a county that didn't even show respect for blacks, didn't even honor blacks. Wouldn't even let him go to the school. But C.F. Bowen, that's the center named after it. And I know he's turning over in his grave, got them house Negroes down there that's running them programs, running hand in hand with these white supremacists. If you ain't a white supremacist or a sellout Negro, don't let it bother you, because it's in this town. But my daddy was drafted from there. Racism when he left. Then when he said he went to the Army, the United States Army, drafted now, he said they separated the blacks from the whites. That's his flag they gave me. You see what I'm saying? And let me show you something what Joe Biden just sent him. Let me see if I can read it in the nighttime. The United States of America honors the memory of Johnny A. Ivory Sr., my daddy. This certificate is awarded by a grateful nation. Ain't that something? I started to cuss. A grateful nation in recognition of devoted and selfless consecration. That was my dad's dedication to this country, but not the dedication of them to him. To the service of our country in the armed forces of the United States. It's signed by Joe Biden Jr., President of the United States. Now, let me tell you what this piece, I kept the piece of paper when it came, but let me tell you what this piece of paper mean to me. If I got short of toilet paper, I'd take it and wipe my behind with it. The flag, I ain't gonna do it because my daddy and then some of his uncles, his daddy's brothers, they fought in the Civil War. My daddy's brother fought in the Korean War. One of my cousins, Larry Wallace from Sykes in Missouri, was drafted in the Vietnam War. Unfortunately, he got killed. But when he was on a leave and he came to Chicago, he told my mother how racist and prejudiced it was in that army. Not with the people that they was fighting against. It was the people that they was supposed to have been fighting for. But y'all said this flag. If you wondering why some people don't stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance to y'all, to this flag. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna dishonor it, but it don't stand for everybody. You see what I'm saying? My dad served in that war. Some of his friends didn't make it back from Charleston, Missouri, but he got a chance to tell me how racist was in there. My uncle that was in the Korean War told me the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to wake up sometime. You see what I'm saying? And speak up. Had I not spoke up, my sons, you know, would have been just committed. I mean, just would have been considered suicide. But let me tell you what they're doing now. Now, if you said it was suicide, let me tell you what the coroner told my kid's mother. And see, I know some of the people down here in Charleston, Missouri, the sellout blacks and the white supremacists would agree. Told my son's mother, Raymond name is not on the birth certificate, but it ain't no question I'm his daddy because I had to pay child support. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, if I ain't the daddy, I wouldn't have to pay child support. But it wouldn't been no problem proving that. But to tell her secretly, well, his name ain't on the birth certificate, why don't you do all the talking? We can have your son's body cremated down here in Carbondale to save you some money. It's be real cheap. Now, this coroner ain't even did a whole assessment of my son. He told us in Carbondale, they don't allow you to identify the body now. By looking at it, you got to look at a picture. I told him you talking to the wrong Negro. You see what I'm saying? I ain't no sellout Negro. I wasn't in the house. I was in the field. You see what I'm saying? I believe in what Frederick Douglass said. Without a struggle, there would be no progress. You see, Harriet Tubman didn't have to tell me that she freed 1,000 slaves. She could have freed 1,000 more if they only knew they were slaves. See, I knew. You follow what I'm saying? But he opened up that body bag and let me see it, and I was able to see that my son ain't committed suicide. Tell me how in the hell you gonna commit suicide with a size 32 belt? You're putting it around your neck. Me and my daughters never measured up on that. You take 16 inches off of the neck, off of the belt when you're putting it around your neck. They're gonna leave you about 26 more inches. Then when you tie it up, how in the hell you gonna tie it up? You got money balled up in your hand. You can't die like this here by putting a rope around your neck or a belt around your neck and then dropping to the thing. What it's gonna automatically do? You see, my son was dead and somebody brought him over there because his hand, rigor mortis already set in. I got a chance to see his body. But then you take 10 more inches off or 12 inches off, you got either 14 or 16 more inches. How is it gonna be done? But just tell me this here much, though. If you felt that it was suicide either by drugs or if it wasn't drugs in the system, it was mental illness, why in the hell is you doing a death investigation now? Why you ain't got it on the death certificate? Why the death certificate ain't ready yet? He died. Apparently he died on March the 19th. Why is it when I give law enforcement in Carbondale information that they should have got themselves by going to Facebook with a court order to get something off of my son's Facebook page, and when I give it to you, and the individual that I suspect might have something to do with it, because my son kept on mentioning his name, you go and tell him, and then all of a sudden he take his name off of my son's Facebook page, and he take his nickname off. Something wrong with that, ain't it? But let the world know, my son, we got it. My oldest daughter, we got it. One of his other sisters got it. What he was saying on his Facebook page around the 8th of March, he told my daughter, Jennifer, he said, I'm glad you're watching. You see what I'm saying? I'm glad you're watching. See, somebody was trying to kill him. But let me tell y'all this here. I would go to my dying bed. Anybody know me? If any of y'all crooked, if you're crooked and you off into Carbondale and you crooked on the law enforcement and communicated with the crooked ones down here, chief on down, they'll let you know. I ain't scared of your damn jails. I ain't scared of dying. And ain't nothing you can do to shut this here up. Y'all done let an individual about 40-something years old jump on me and ain't did nothing. It was all on camera, ain't did nothing. But the next one that put their hand on you, I guarantee you they going to the cemetery. I don't give a damn if you a police or a judge. Put your hand on me unauthorized, I'm going to kill you. Now send that to somebody, y'all. Y'all ain't going to I ain't going to let my son's death go in vain, y'all. Do y'all think I'm a dumb Negro? Do I look dumb? Do you think I got to be 63 years old? My daddy. Y'all give him this flag. Let me tell y'all how many times the VA called my dad. I took my daddy to the VA on January the 4th of 2021 because he stopped eating. You want me to tell y'all how many times the VA transferred him to Poplar Bluff Regional Hospital on the same night? Y'all want me to tell you how many times the VA contacted me besides this here letter from the damn president? He don't even know he sent it. They ain't contact me 9 times. And they had the audacity to, some of these hospitals have the audacity to send a bill. Ain't that something? And he covered by the VA. But y'all just keep on, you see what I'm saying, accepting this stuff. That's why black people in the position we in now, because some of you educated blacks, you see what I'm saying? You teaching your children to be passive. Jesus wasn't passive. When they was doing that, what they was doing in them synagogues, Jesus turned them tables over. The Bible tells you it's okay to get angry, but don't sin in your anger. Some of y'all think I'm sinning because I may cuss every now and then. But how many of y'all having sex? You see what I'm saying? With somebody else's husband or wife. You see, hey, how y'all doing? You know, but I'm just, I'm angry because of the fact. Here it is, I gave you the law enforcement for information on the 8th of March. It's about an hour and 5-minute video, and you ain't had time to look at that whole hour in a whole month, but you can look at one part when I showed you where he was mentioning this guy's name, and you go to this guy. Apparently, you must have told him something. He done took his name off of my son's Facebook, and then he took his nickname off. But I'm going to tell y'all what his name is in Carbondale. His name is Joker. His name is Joker. And most of y'all know his real name. His name is Joker. And we did some investigation. He might be kin to some law enforcement. I don't care how powerful you law enforcement is. Let me tell y'all something about Raymond Lewis Ivy. God told me no weapon formed against me would prosper. You see, some of y'all, I know one thing. You see what I'm saying? Psalms 23, I'm going to tell you something about it. You see, it's people that's in the circle now that's saying that they helping. But y'all listen to this here. The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. He making me lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still water. He leading me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil because God is with me. His rod and his staff, they comfort me. They prepare a table before me. Listen to this here. They prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. But guess what? My enemies don't see it. They're anointing my head with oil. My cup runneth over. When they said my cup runneth over, my cup runneth over because God done gave me enough angels. He done gave me enough spiritual sense leading me in the right direction. He had led me in the right direction where I went down to Carbondale once I found out my son had got hung, and I was able to meet the individual that found him, meet another individual that found his clothes in another area, meeting individuals that's listening to things that the police saying. He didn't die there. Somebody brought him there. I know somebody brought him there. And I'm going to find out who it is. If I don't, when I die, Ivies don't die. We multiply. Some Ivy going to find out. You see what I'm saying? His daughter, she 30 years old. She just made 30. She want answers. My grandson, which is my great-grandson, he'll be 5. He want answers. His sisters and brothers want answers. And surely I want answers. And God gonna give it to it. Carbondale, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the way y'all done came together in the thousands. Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County is so sorry. Ain't NAM church, black or white. Ain't NAM organization, black or white. Ain't NAM one of them came forward to try to help us. Some of these Negroes down here told me, oh man, I'm sorry to hear about your son. I got some connections in Carbondale. Ain't came since. But when that guy assaulted me, and they thought I was going to kill up half of this damn town, then everybody, preachers and everybody else coming to me. But they didn't know God had already talked to me. He was going to handle it. And he handled it. You see what I'm saying? Charleston, Missouri, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. If the shoe fit, wear it. Y'all look at this flag again. You see what I'm saying? Look at it real good. Do you think the Constitution of the United States was made for black folks? When you're celebrating 4th of July, 1776, we were still slaves. Let me show you how this country is. Now, you got 9 justices that serve life in the Supreme Court. Why is it always 99% white? Why is the White House always 99% white? And all of you blacks here in Charleston, Missouri, why ain't y'all, or Missouri, period, why ain't y'all protesting to get Josh Hawley up out of the Senate of Missouri? Did y'all see what he did on Wednesday, January the 6th, 2021, when all of them Trump white supremacists was breaking in the White House? He had his fists up like this here. But yet he came down here in Mississippi County in 2017 and arrested Corey Huxton, the then sheriff. Ain't that something? But y'all still, it's okay, but y'all gonna talk about Raymond Lewis Ivy. The latest threats that I done got, one of them said at the lake by Boomland, told me to come up there after 6 o'clock at night, but the place is closed at night. Then told me, and then don't bring my phone. Then just recently told me the last few days to come down to Dorena. I can't hardly pronounce it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Going back towards the country, towards East Prairie. Why would they tell me to go down there? He said your sissy phone won't work down there. But I'm going to tell you his name, the name they using is Harry Henderson, but got a white blonde on there. Harry Henderson and any of you other white supremacists or sellout Negroes, y'all know where I'm at. All you got to do is come right on my lawn. You see what I'm saying? And we can make it a World War III, because I would take all of you white supremacists and all you sellout Negroes that talk about threatening me. I'll take you straight out the game. You fooling with the wrong black man. I ain't scared to die. Don't y'all understand that now? I'm sick and tired every time I see some of these sellout blacks ride past waving at me. If I didn't have God in me, I'll shoot at them. The white folks that don't like me, at least they just keep on going. If I had a choice to join the Ku Klux Klan or the NAACP or one of these black churches, I'd join the Ku Klux Klan, because I know they'll be plotting for me. Now, y'all don't like this here down here, don't listen to me. I'm sick of some of you blacks down here to continue to take up for these people what they doing. Y'all took up when they did it to my 2 young daughters in the Charleston R1 school district in Hearns Elementary. None of you blacks didn't speak up and say nothing. But guess what? I did, and I'm going to keep on talking. And don't none of you Negroes come to me when something happened to your people in the courts, city hall, the police shoot and kill one of y'all, or in the school. Don't come to me. Go to them same people. And don't y'all forget, y'all make sure y'all moan and say your prayers tonight for Bo and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Rest in peace, Dad. I still got your spirit. We know Joe Biden don't even know who you is. We know this flag don't stand for all of us. We know one thing, Dad. We know that this country don't stand for In God We Trust. What God you trust in? And you letting Ku Klux Klans do all they can to us. You see what I'm saying? What God do you trust in? The gays got more rights than blacks. What God you trust in? Y'all don't like that, do you, sell out blacks? I'm glad you don't like it. Go to my YouTube channel. I love it when y'all give me them thumbs down. I love it when y'all make them threats. Talking about you got a tree with my name on it. I got a few trees in here. All you got to do is come in my yard and let's see who will be hanging out of there. I don't care how old you is. You come in my yard trying to do something to me and you're 10, you won't see 11. Peace be still.